final team for today from Greece, Team Symbiosis. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Before we start, I'd just like to introduce you to your judges for today. You've probably met some of them throughout the competition. But we have Guillaume Belmas, who's a Software Solutions Manager for vNext. Beata Boczynska, the Institute of Industrial Design, Warsaw, President of. Guy Wallat, the CTO of Coca-Cola. David Rowe, Investment Manager for Uniseed. Richard Keris, the Global Manager for and VP for Developer Relations for Nokia. Nanette Cutliff, who is the CIO of Pacific Services Credit Union. And finally, your captain of software design, Rob Miles, professor from the University of Hull. With that, I'd like to hand over to you and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Come on, Tim.
Hello, we're Team Symbiosis from Greece. My name is Kiki.
I'm Dimitris.
I'm Kostas.
I'm Katerina.
Imagine just for a moment that every 69 seconds, someone somewhere in the world develops Alzheimer's disease. 2 months ago, the World Health Organization characterized Alzheimer as a public health priority. Alzheimer can neither be prevented nor cured and worsens over time, eventually leading to death. Today, there are 35.6 million patients worldwide, while only in Europe there are over 7 million patients. Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death, and what is more than alarming is the fact that whereas death rates from other major diseases have dropped, deaths from Alzheimer's are constantly rising. And as the world population ages, we truly face a looming epidemic of Alzheimer's. It is estimated that the numbers will be doubled every 20 years to 65 million in 2030 and over 100 million in 2050. Alzheimer is also known for placing a great burden on caregivers. 40 million caregivers worldwide face problems wide-ranging from psychological, emotional, and economical elements. Alzheimer is one of the most costly diseases. The total cost for the disease is estimated that it will reach $1 trillion by 2050. But what is Alzheimer's disease? Alzheimer's disease starts at the hippocampus, the part of the brain where memories are first formed. Next, it spreads to the part of the brain where language is processed. After that, it affects the front part of the brain where logical thought takes place. And then the patient gradually loses control of his mood and feelings. And as the disease advances, it sparks hallucinations. Eventually, the oldest and most precious memories are gone forever, practically leaving the patient with no mind.
So first, can you tell me, where are we right now?
See, as soon as you say that, I get a total blank. Where am I? I have no idea. Okay. Oh, my brain. There was little Caitlin that you saw today.
No, that's not Caitlin. That was one of your students that you were in your class.
Well, you just have an understanding of what she's going through.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as she's told me, you don't know what it's like to have no mind.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
No mind.
All these functional and cognitive impairments that you saw don't develop rapidly, but rather slowly over a period of 7 to 10 years. Alzheimer can be divided into 3 distinct stages. The preclinical stage with no symptoms, the mild cognitive impairment stage with mild symptoms, and finally, the fatal stage of the disease. And the question that arises is how technology can make a contribution to the problem of Alzheimer. The answer is by offering solutions on the mild cognitive impairment stage. Memory, attention, orientation, space, and visual perception are the most significant skills affected at this stage of the disease. Based on this fact and aiming to prolong as long as possible patients' quality of life, we developed Symbiosis, the innovative system which comes to provide real solutions to meet real needs. Taking into consideration design, patterns such as customization, accessibility, and efficient user-friendly interfacing, we designed a modular architecture with 3 distinct modules: the patient module, the caregiver module, and the doctor module. All 3 modules are interconnected and exchange information via Windows Azure, supporting in this way the idea of a real symbiosis, which in Greek means living together. And let's start with patient-oriented services. It is a common practice for Alzheimer patients to exercise physically and mentally on a daily basis. To cover this need, Symbiosis offers Symbio Games, which is a gaming suite adapted and personalized to combine the skills in an effective and fun way. To enhance space perception, a skill that declines in MCI, and provide a natural user interfacing, all Symbio games use Kinect sensor. At the first game, Bird Hunt, in order to enhance space and visual perception, attention, and orientation, the user is prompted to catch as many birds as possible. Here you can see the patient moving his hand vividly with enthusiasm. The birds appear on screen at certain positions in order to fit its physiotherapy program. And every time he catches a bird, he reveals a piece of a photo album with emotional value. At the end of the game, he is prompted to place all the pictures collected in the correct timeline in order to enhance long-term memory as well. In a similar manner, in order to improve short memory, attention, and visual perception, at Shapes game, the patient is encouraged to memorize shapes and colors. While at Symbio Friends, the patient matches information with photos of his friends automatically retrieved from Facebook in order to trigger memory recall, visual perception, and emotional elicitation. And with Symbio Puzzle, the patient can trigger short memory and understand better the structural relationships within an image, completing puzzles with photos that have emotional value for him. But as the disease advances, patients face problems with everyday life tasks, leading gradually to environmental alienation. Who are you? What is this? What is the use of it? Are only some of the questions that arise on a daily basis. A traditional way to avoid environmental alienation is by using sticky notes all around the house to remind simple things of everyday life. But can really sticky notes remind you of simple tasks like how to use a spoon? Symbiosis proposes a novel way using augmented reality. The user wears AR glasses and is provided with all necessary feedback in audiovisual format.
With spoon.
In this way, the environment is normalized to patients' needs. Activating long-term memory, SymbioSpace can also provide information about person, triggering flashback procedure and facilitating the recognition of people. And moreover, in order to preserve the symbiotic relationship among grandparents and grandchildren, SymbioSpace can also offer text simplification during the narration of fairy tales. But besides indoor activities, patients need to continue their outdoor activities as well. To cover this need, we designed SymbioEyes, the only one patient application incorporating GPS tracking, fall detection, emergency call, activity reminder, and photo capturing as well.
Άντε, πάμε στο καπί.
Mr. Dimitris hangs a mobile device around his neck and starts his walk.
Προχωράμε τώρα.
Initializes the application, and the application automatically takes photos every 5 seconds and uploads them on Symbio server accompanied with GPS coordinates. In this way, his caregiver has the opportunity of live tracking his moves and status. And when he starts feeling uncomfortable, he has nothing to do but press the red button on his mobile screen, and his caregiver will be immediately notified via change of the status and via email with his position as well. All the photos taken by SymbioEyes application are used for the reconstruction of the route with Rebiosis application. But Rebiosis is not at all a simple photo viewing program, but rather a complete new experience aiming at memory enhancement, causality reinforcement, and triggering emotional memory at the same time. During photo viewing, EEG signals obtained by emotive are continuously processed at the background, and the photos are emotionally tagged. In this way, the next time it would be scheduled for this particular user to review this day, he will see only the emotional significant photos. And as a game, he will be prompted to place these photos at the correct route sequence in order to better understand the causality of his actions. So we've seen that Symbiosis offer games, environment normalization, and mobile applications, and what is missing?
We first see Henry inert, maybe depressed, unresponsive, and almost unalive. Then he is given an iPod containing, we know, his favorite music, and immediately he lights up. His face assumes expression, his eyes open wide. The philosopher Kant once called music the quickening art, and Henry is being quickened, he's being brought to life. In some sense, Henry is restored to himself. He has remembered who he is, and he's reacquired his identity for a while through the power of music.
What does music do to you?
It gives me the feeling of love, romance. Figure right now the world needs to come into music. I feel the band of love, dream.
Motivated by Henry, we designed and developed music games. At Jukebox, the user, just like Henry, can listen to his favorite LPs and enjoy his favorite music. And then he has to place the LPs in the correct timeline to refresh his memory as well. We've also designed another game, Symbiosis, where the user, using his body moves and gestures, can compose, produce, and enjoy music. Here we are. They both participate in a collaborative musicotherapy scenario. Okay. Very nice. And we've also designed another game where the user can express himself not only through music, but through drawing as well, with a simple touch. And let's proceed with the caregiver-oriented services, balancing the enormous task of caregiving with other responsibilities needs careful planning and scheduling. This is why we have Symbioschedule, where there is the plan for the patient scheduled by the doctor, and there is the possibility of an activity reminder for the caregiver. Another important aspect of caregiving is the constant need for monitoring. So through Symbio Progress, he has the opportunity to have a patient's progress overview through statistics based on patient's interaction with Symbiosis applications. Symbio Options is the application content management. It's an application content management tool where caregiver can choose an application and add audiovisual material in order to personalize the environment of the patient. Depression and anger are common symptoms among caregivers. So Symbiosis offers Symbio Circle, which is Symbiosis forum, where caregivers can find advice, exchange opinions, and get professional support. Proceeding with doctor-oriented services, doctors have Symbio Organizer, where they can adjust activities parameters for their patients in order to achieve personalization to each patient's profile. And also, since each doctor has many patients, he has the opportunity through Symbio Overview to have a general statistic overview of each patient in an easily organized and categorized way. Symbiosis is a software that uses cutting-edge technologies and state-of-the-art software such as AR glasses, Emotive Epoch, and Kinect. And in our design, we have taken into consideration data privacy and security issues, just like local legislation, data encryption, and the possibility of granting different permissions to various users' caregivers. And let's now focus on our business viability. Symbiosis could start as a spin-off company with hybrid for-profit and not-for-profit venture. Our products could be promoted in different versions with different applications and hardware components. Symbiosis Basic would be the limited version with the basic functionality. Symbiosis Pro would be the full package, including hardware components such as AR glasses and Emotive. Symbiosis Mobile contains all mobile applications that would be promoted via Windows Phone Marketplace, while in the future, some Symbiosis Net apps and Symbio games could also be promoted via our independent marketplace. Our target market is the whole Alzheimer community, consisting of patients with their caregivers, doctors, and Alzheimer's care centers. Concerning our market strategy, we will use market-segmented target campaigns. We'll use online advertisement and viral mechanics to attract more clients. And Microsoft Platform Ready will also be used for extensive market simulation. Our market analysis anticipates that our potential customers will be doubled within the 5 first years, while our personnel will be doubled as well. Our startup requirements is an angel funding of $50,000. And with a careful milestone schedule, we anticipate that Symbiosis could hit the market by January 2013. Our overview forecast anticipates that our sales will be increasing steadily, and following sales growth, gross margin and net profit will also increase. Our break-even analysis anticipates that Symbiosis could reach a break-even point after the 8 first months of operation. And let's now see our SWOT analysis. Our strengths are the good referral relationships, the excellent team spirit among us, the cost advantages from proprietary know-how, the strong relationship with academic and research, the favorable access to distribution networks, and the patents that are pending, while our main weakness is our dependence on quickly changing technology and the cost factor for maintaining state-of-the-art hardware. Among a great number of opportunities, we focus on the following: whether a growing market where we can pursue strategic alliances, and with changes in design approaches and exploiting internet potential, we will achieve increased on-sale opportunities. While, on the other hand, there is always the threat that poses the downturn in the economy that may lead in cuts in healthcare, public and private. And there is also the threat that poses the competition from larger companies and the continued price pressure. Regarding support and deployment, we considered hardware support by corresponding vendors and software support with online help desk and telephone 24/7, providing audiovisual web-based training material, and organizing seminars to Alzheimer's centers and nurseries, while we have also taken into consideration all the advantages from using Azure. Here we can see some of Symbiosis competitors. But with a strong point analysis, it seems that Symbiosis exceeds at all points from its competitors. Concerning our market strategy, Symbiosis could become a lucrative acquisition from a larger company in healthcare in 2 years of operation. or alternatively, it could be exit the market with a public offering in the stock market. Here you can see the improvement after 2.5 months use of Symbiosis with 20 MCI Alzheimer patients. And we continue our work participating in European research programs with 2,000 Alzheimer patients and total funding of $1 million. But it's enough for us. Let's hear the expert's opinion.
The needs of patients with Alzheimer's disease and their caregivers are many. Neurologists want to help both of them more. All the sciences can help in this big effort. The project Symbiosis covers many of these needs in an innovative way in order to have a better quality of life in the family, but also improvement of medical care.
Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.
Kalimera.
Kalimera.
Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have the question about end user. Okay? How do you want to persuade mainly old people with this disease to use technology? I know they are scared about new devices. Do you think that it's possible to learn them how to use your application, and how do you want to do that?
Our primary consideration is to normalize the environment in patients' needs. We won't change their lifestyles. We have designed a system that is user-friendly, and our case study and the results have shown that all the patients were really excited with the system, and it was easy for them to use because we provide a natural way of user interfacing with tablet and with Kinect.
Congratulations for your presentation. That's a really interesting solution for a real problem. I have a question about the test on the users, on the end users. Have you tested all your applications within one care center and with one group of people? And what are the results of these tests?
Okay, here are the results of our pilot case study. And we have tested the majority of our applications. All the applications for patients have been tested in Alzheimer Center of Thessaloniki, and with examining these points, we have shown a significant improvement, and especially for spatial perception and interaction engagement with all games as a result of the way the easy and the natural user interfacing.
Okay, just a little more question. Which one of your application was the best according to the users?
Could you please?
Which one of all your applications was the best according to the users?
Actually, we haven't got them to tell us review what's your best. However, we find that the bird hunt, the one that the user catches the birds, because it's moving them, and it's a fun way of interacting with our game suite. We have found that this particular game actually gives them much more excitement, and additionally, the fact that we provide them with those emoticons on the top screen that are smiling or not smiling, are moodily depending on how they are doing. We have found that this one gives them very much motivation, and they find it very amusing and easily to interact.
Thank you.
Very good work, very impressive. Staying on the game side of your solution, how does the game that you've created, the bird catching game, differ from any other kind of Connect game that I might buy as an ordinary recreational game? What's the difference between the games that you've made and the ones that people play for fun?
Well, actually, we have taken into account considerations such as the special needs that Alzheimer's patients have. For example, we adjust the place where the birds are appearing on the screen according to what are their physiotherapist program. If they are doing well, we are putting the birds more further away from them. And also what we have taken into account is that they cannot, we trigger the memory part of the interaction that they actually have problems with. We have looked for the games that are used at Alzheimer's centers, and we have improved them by using Kinect, and also by using the fact that emotional memory is the memory that Alzheimer's patients have, and the fact that Alzheimer's patients are very special with dealing.
So the game has been customized for each patient to meet their needs and improve their performance?
It's actually customized for Alzheimer's patients, and every patient as well, according to their performance, yes.
Okay, right, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Very nice game presentation, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thinking about security and privacy, what have you built in to talk about having your patient information synchronized with the existing patient records in order for them to understand what you've got? So somehow that's got to get connected with the information the center already has. So what have you done there? Thank you.
Catherine.
What we did is we have created the applications, 3 applications, and we've used the Azure Cloud as the interconnector. As for security, yes, there are security issues because we are storing identified patient data. In order to keep them more secured, we've used for now only HTTPS, but we're thinking of using VPN communication between a local server and Azure Cloud by storing our data, some of our data, the ones that can actually be stored on premise.
Congratulations, great presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question's around, I like the way that you're tying in the social aspect for the caregivers. I think that's really important because I can imagine that's a very difficult position for them. Have you thought about tying in like updates on clinical studies and everything else to be as up to date as possible on something that's such an important aspect of what's going on? So, you know, any advancements that are made in the science and things like that, that they're getting it right away so they know what they can do for their patients.
Excuse me, may you repeat?
Sure. So the idea of tying into any of the studies that are taking place for cures around the Alzheimer's so that up-to-date information is readily available to the caregivers as well as being able to allow them to socialize. Do you know what I mean? Advancements in cures that are taking place on a regular basis all around the world.
And
would your system be able to pull that information in and say, here's something to help your patient, or here's how to modify the game that has proven successful, things like that? I hope that.
Yes, we will update all our games and applications according to what's happening and what's new in the region. And everything we had developed is developed according to the guidance of experts and doctors. We will continue our collaboration. We comply to their advice, and everything is designed in this way. So we will incorporating everything new, and we will offer many and more additional applications for caregivers as well to facilitate their lives.
Thank you.
Thanks. Really great range of technology, but I also want to congratulate you on thinking through the business model and talking about potential for raising capital and also exiting, or selling the business. You had down there for $50,000 angel funding. That's not much money. So, what other money do you think you'll need to raise to get the company going?
We have already developed the majority of applications that you see, and this is our startup requirements plan. You can see in detail every requirement, and that amounts to an angel funding of $50,000, but as we will participate in European programs, we will have additional funding to continue our work.
Great,
Thank you.
Well, I think time's up, but you've answered my question, because I think the solution is very relevant for the caregivers, maybe in certain areas even more than the patients. Especially, I said, the solution is very relevant for caregivers, maybe even more than for patients. Yeah. So, but you've answered my question. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you
are
so
at
much.
time. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Alzheimer's touches so many of us, and I just want to congratulate you on a really, really important work and an idea. You've made us all proud. Well done. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the day now, and you can relax. All the hard work,
Well,
it's
yeah.
time to chill out a little bit. You deserve it.
about time.
And look forward to seeing you tomorrow. So well done. I'd also like to thank the judges. Of course, the students and our judges. You make Imagine Cup that much more special by your participation. It's really important for us to hear your advice to the students, but know that you're out there helping them bring their ideas to life. It's wonderful. So thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. All right.